In the not-too-distant past, BYD, a trailblazer in China's EV industry, unveiled a bold strategy to quintuple its market share in Europe by 2024. Yet, like their Chinese counterparts, they've hit a few speed bumps on this road. The European Union is rallying to shield its own enterprises, making it increasingly evident that Chinese firms may not find it easy to dominate this market. Stick with us here at Piston Pundit, as we gear up to reveal the top 5 reasons why Chinese EVs are swamping Europe, only to end up gathering dust in warehouses. Buckle up, it's going to be an enlightening ride. Reason number 5, the BYD Conundrum, 10,000 EVs gathering dust. In recent years, BYD has emerged as a global powerhouse in the EV industry, even surpassing Tesla to claim the top spot in the final quarter of the previous year. However, the start of this year has been less than stellar for the Chinese giant. The anticipated growth has hit a speed bump, partly due to the economic slowdown in China. But that's just one side of the coin. The real challenge lies in their overseas expansion, particularly in Europe. Despite impressive sales figures, BYD has struggled to secure a foothold in the European market. Last year, they held a mere 1% share of the European EV market. Undeterred, BYD announced a bold plan for 2024 to increase their market share to 5%, a whopping 500% growth in just a year. But given the current circumstances, this goal seems increasingly elusive. Recent reports indicate that over 10,000 BYD EVs are languishing in warehouses across Europe, unsold. This predicament can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, the European Union is implementing measures to safeguard its own EV manufacturers. Secondly, and perhaps more concerning, are the quality issues plaguing BYD's products, which we'll delve into shortly. Reason number 4, the European Roadblock, Anti-Subsidy investigation. The automotive industry is witnessing a seismic shift, with Chinese EV manufacturers accelerating at a pace that leaves their European counterparts in the dust. Recent studies reveal that Chinese EVs are, on average, 20% cheaper than their European equivalents. This price difference can be attributed to a variety of factors, including significantly lower labor costs. However, the real game changer is the Chinese government's aggressive expansion strategy. For every EV sold in Europe, Chinese manufacturers receive substantial subsidies from their government. This financial boost has turbocharged the growth of Chinese automakers in Europe. A few years ago, Chinese EV companies held a mere 1% of the market. Today, they command an 8% share, and projections suggest this could rise to 15% by 2025. This rapid expansion has not gone unnoticed. The European Commission has launched an anti-subsidy investigation to combat Chinese export incentives and ensure a level playing field. The investigation, expected to conclude by November, could result in higher import duties. Currently, the EU imposes a 10% import duty on EVs, but this could increase significantly. For context, the US government levied a 27.5% tariff on Chinese EVs a few years ago, effectively halting their expansion in the American market. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Reason number 3, the Achilles heel, BYD's quality control issues. BYD's meteoric rise in the EV industry has been nothing short of impressive. The company now ranks as the 3rd most valuable automaker globally, trailing only Tesla and Toyota. However, rapid growth often comes with its own set of challenges, and for BYD, this challenge is quality control. Chinese products have often been criticized for their quality, and unfortunately, BYD's EVs are no exception. Quality issues have been reported worldwide, contributing to the 10,000 unsold BYD EVs currently languishing in European warehouses. In Europe, these issues range from mold appearing on BYD EVs even before they're unloaded from transport ships. In Japan, the main problem is scratches, likely due to poor transportation practices. These quality issues aren't confined to these markets. In Thailand, where Chinese EVs dominate the market, there have been numerous complaints about peeling paint and plastics. In Israel, reports have emerged about BYD EVs deforming under the weight of roof racks. Unless BYD and other Chinese automakers can improve their quality control, their success in markets like Europe, known for its discerning customers, will remain a distant dream. Here at Piston Pundit, we believe that quality should never be compromised, no matter how fast you're moving. Reason number 2, the pitfall of Chinese-centric automakers. Let's shift gears and focus on BYD, currently the world's largest EV manufacturer. Despite its impressive sales figures and growth, BYD faces a significant hurdle: an over-reliance on its domestic market. A staggering 95% of its sales are in China, and its attempts to expand overseas have been less than successful. It has a presence in certain Asian countries and Australia, but it's far from being a major player in Europe, where it holds a mere 1% of the total EV market. This overdependence on a single market can lead to instability, as evidenced last month when a typically slow February in China was slower than anticipated. The Chinese economy is currently faltering, and this is reflected in various sectors, including the automotive market. Automakers like BYD are desperately seeking new markets to expand into, but with recent developments in Europe, this could prove challenging. Interestingly, Chinese legacy car makers like MG and Geely, who have already established a decent global presence with their internal combustion engine models, may stand a better chance of growth. Reason number 1, European car makers gear up to slash production costs. European automakers are grappling with the challenge of competing with cheaper Chinese EVs. The quality advantage of European cars may not suffice in an era of high inflation and limited consumer spending power. However, legacy car makers are gearing up to tackle this issue head-on by exploring ways to reduce production costs. Renault and Stellantis are leading the charge, with CEOs Luca de Meo and Carlos Tavares outlining strategies to cut costs. De Meo suggests smaller cars could reduce battery pack size, a significant cost factor, while Tavares points to falling prices of rare earth elements and other raw materials as a potential boon. Ford, though not European, has a significant presence in Europe and is also joining the fray. CEO Jim Farley reveals plans for a team dedicated to creating lower-cost EVs that can compete with Chinese rivals, hinting at potential collaborations with other manufacturers. With these strategies in play and recent protective measures by EU authorities, it seems the road to Europe may not be as smooth for Chinese companies as anticipated. The race is on, and it appears that domestic legacy car makers are gearing up for a comeback. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of EVs. Don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit to stay updated on the latest vehicle trends and upcoming videos. Until next time, keep your engines revving and your spirits high.